Not as good a week this week. The van saga continues. It's getting on my nerves, but I've not got the engine. The engine's in the van, but everything's not complete yet. Another week on a hire van, which I'm disappointed about. And all in all, it could have been better. I suppose it could have been worse. Let's see how it went. Good morning, everybody. Start of a new week, Monday, 27th, I believe, of November, and it's 10 to 9 in the morning, and I'm on the M18. I'm heading to the M1, and ultimately I'll be ending up in Cheltenham with my new employers, if you want to call them that. Have given me a good job to start me off this week. Collected from North Yorkshire, but I'm paid from home, and I am heading there. I have absolutely no intention today of looking for a job back because I've got rehearsals with the band this evening and I want to get back for that, and this is a well-paid job anyway, so I'm sorry for those of you who are concerned about dead miles. I'm going to be doing quite a few of them, but I'm not worried. It's well paid and I'll swallow it. The rest of the week, then obviously I will try and pick up backloads, etc. by using the CX. Had a good week last week, money-wise. This week, I'm still in the hire van. I do like this van. Don't like paying for it, but I do like it. And my engine was delivered on Saturday to my garage. Now, they don't open weekends, but he did come in to receive the engine for me, which was good of him. And then hopefully this week it's going to be fitted, and if there's no issues, it'll be ready later in the week. I'll probably keep hold of the hire van, though, till Monday, because it's paid for till Monday. Because I just want to see how the van fares, make sure there's no teething problems with it. You know, things have gone wrong, haven't they, so far, so let's just see. And then, hopefully, I'll be back in my own van, which I'm sure will feel like a bag of bolts compared to this. But it owes me now. It owes me 18 months service, I reckon. And then it won't owe me anything. And it can go and retire. So, what this week will bring, I don't know. I have been getting plenty of work off the new people. I've been really happy. I'm glad because the CX is difficult. For this time of year, you'd expect it to be more popping. It isn't. But that's so all I'm going to do today. My plan is get here, get dropped, turn round, head up the M5, pull in at some services, get some lunch. And I'm getting some lunch with this today because I have made a purchase off Amazon. And I bought this, which is a stay warm container. Plugs into your vehicle 12-volt socket. And you can put your food in it, and it takes about 40 minutes and heats it all up for you, a bit like a crock pot kind of thing. So I've got some food that we had yesterday in the house that was left over, which I'd normally scoff. Hence the reason why I am a fat courier driver. But instead, I've put that rice, it's like a spicy beef with rice, into this, and I'll be plugging that in about an hour before I want it, and I'll pull the services and eat it. That'll save me some money anyway, because I'm always buying lots of healthy food normally when I'm out. And it'd be nice to have something warm because obviously, as you can see, the weather's miserable. It's cold, it's 3 degrees, it's wet, miserable day. We had a little drop of snow near where I live this morning. Not a lot, but it's obviously a sign of things to come. So a bit of a hot meal will be most welcome. And I won't be getting any tea because I'll be going straight on to rehearsals. So this will see me right, I hope. So for those of you interested, this cost me 20 odd quid off Amazon. And if it works, I think it's money well spent. I know lots of guys have them already. I've only just got round to getting one. only because I was whinging to someone else about I'm sick of meal deals and cold sandwiches and things like that. So it'd be nice to get a bit of decent hot chow down me. So hopefully the week will be a good week earnings-wise this week, again to pay for this hire van. And then next week, it's going to be at least one day off while they do the swap over and get all the kit in the other thing. But I really would like to take that thing for a good long drive. The garage will road test it, but I think it needs a good long drive just to bring some confidence back for me. And then back in the Silver Dream machine. There's no way it's as comfortable to drive as this. I mean, those Citroens are all right, don't get me wrong, but they're cheaper for a reason, aren't they? And the seating in this van, for a fat bloke like me, is really comfortable. The cabin's very spacious. And it takes a while to get used to driving that Citroen because the seats aren't all that generous. The cabin's a little bit smaller. And you get used to it, but I can see me suffering with a bit of backache like last time when I first got one of those because it was so different from the previous van. It took about a week to get used and find a driving position that you can put up with. Eventually, you forget about it and you get used to it. But it is, I don't know what the word is. Is it ergonomics? I haven't got a clue. I don't know. I'm pretending to know what it is. It takes your body a while to adjust to get the right position you're right with. So I am anticipating a few aching limbs and bag backs for the first week or so while I get used to that Citroen. And then eventually my body will adjust. Anyway, I'll keep you informed how the week goes. I hope everybody else has a good week and that the money comes in and that the CX, for those of you who are working just solely on the CX, is generous to you this week. Right, we're pulled in at services now, done my delivery, and it is 12:15. It's time for lunch, and I've had my hot pot thing plugged into the van 12-volt outlet there for an hour, and here it is. This is what it looks like. Obviously loads of you will probably already have these. I'm just showing you mine. This is about £20. Look at that, it's piping, it's bubbling. So I'll be steaming into that now for my lunch, and this camera's probably going to fog over now, and saving myself some money in the meantime. I'd love to share it with you, but no chance. I've worked on getting this fat. Morning, Wednesday morning today. I think it's the 29th, and it's bloody freezing. It is just after 6 a.m. and I'm playing a game of hurry up and wait at a bonded warehouse at Manchester Airport, where I've got to collect a load of knitwear, 92 boxes to be precise. I think they're all on pallets, and it's going to Derby, and this is again for my new employers, if you like, or work givers. But jeepers creepers, it's freezing out there. I've had to get back in the van and put the engine on for a bit. Now I'm supposed to be in Derby before, they told me 9 o'clock on the email, and I printed off the paperwork this morning when I left, and it says 8 o'clock on my paperwork. Now if they come out with the stuff in the next 15 minutes, I'll probably make it, but if they don't, I won't get there for 8, so we'll have to see how we do. But the trouble with these bonded warehouses, they take ages to bring this stuff out to you. Normally when I come here, it's packed full of vans all waiting for stuff and wagons. But at the moment, I'm the first one here, so that's good. But looking in the warehouse, I can see in my mirror. Doors are shut, but they've got these like clear plastic on them, and no one appears to be doing much in there. I think it's coming to their shift change. So I'll just have to sit and wait, and if I'm late, I'm late. You know, it's not my fault. I've got her in plenty of time. How did we do yesterday? Yesterday wasn't the best day I've had, really. I did a job for these in the morning. That was a good job. I picked up from near Preston, and I went to Sheffield, but it was well paid, really well paid, but not enough for the full day. And I managed to pick a job up on the CX in Sheffield, going back to Stockport,
and I got back to Stockport at lunchtime, but didn't get anything else either from my employers or the CX. There was nothing really jumping out at me. I did a few bids for jobs, didn't get anything. Put a couple of bids in for ADR work for the next day, didn't get anything. And I did a bid for an ADR job the same day, and again didn't get that. So the day itself made money, but not really quite enough for the full day. So today, this so far is the only job I'll get. This is again well paid. It'll be well paid, but I'll end up in Derby looking for work this morning. But you know, getting there pretty early, so with a good chance of getting something. And I will go anywhere. I'm prepared to stay out if necessary. I've not rang the garage yet to see how my van's doing. I don't want to tempt fate. I'm going to give them a ring today, hoping that it'll be ready and fit for the road by Friday. So fingers crossed. But by jingo, it's freezing.
How do? It is still Wednesday, and I'm on my way back from Derby now. I didn't get any work off my new team, but I did get a job on the CX. And to be honest with you, surprisingly, it was relatively easy to get. So I got it fairly quickly, maybe 45 minutes after dropping off. And I've picked up a load of like central heating stuff, really. 2 pallets, and I'm taking it to a supermarket in a shopping centre in Bolton, which can be a bit of a pain in the bum because you've got to get to the goods entrance, and then obviously I've got a number to contact the fitters. So they're having the pallets as well. I've no doubt they won't have a forklift truck, but I ain't keeping the pallets. There ain't no way I'm keeping them on my van because I've got another job to do after that then for the news. Sorry about that, breaking communication. The phone rang then while I was recording. I wish people would check. Anyway, about the van, I won't get it back till next week. There's a component missing from the engine. They've had to order it, and it's not available until next week. So I've got an additional week to look forward to on this van. So delightful. More money to pay out. And now I'm having a couple of long weekends coming up. So I think that next week, that'll be the last week of the van, because it's going to go back anyway, I think, on the Friday morning before I go away. And then if the van's not quite ready, I'll just take the time off from them. They're getting a bit fed up of paying out. And the CX, it's not all that busy, is it, really? I mean, I got a job today, granted, luckily, but I couldn't get one yesterday afternoon. And I'm seeing, guys on the chat group, complaining about how bad it is and the prices. And if I don't get, a lot more work off my own people, which they're saying they're quiet, I'm not going to fork out for the van for another week after next week. That'll be it. I'll just have some time off if necessary. I don't think it'll come to that. They said the parts should be here next week. And then once they've done that, it's just a day or two. They want to road test it. And then we'll be back working. Sorry about the glasses, by the way. I'm not deliberately trying to look a cock. I can do that all fine without sunglasses, but the sun is bright, the winter sun, and that's the reason why I'm wearing them. Hi everyone, it's Friday now, the 1st of December, and a very happy birthday to my wife, who will never see this because she doesn't watch any of these. And congratulations to my lad, who's just rang me to say he's passed his driving test, the youngest lad. So well done, big fella. And no, you can't borrow the car. I'll have to see about what he's going to do about a motor now, won't we? So this is the last day of the week for me. I am currently heading down to Enfield. I'm on the M1 around the Northampton area. And it's going to be a turn and burn job, this, because I need to be back tonight to see the missus. So let's hope that the Friday afternoon shenanigans are not too bad. Should be dropping about 10 to 1. And if I'm not too held up with my drop, I'm hoping to be burning straight back. I made sure I filled the van up on the way down with the fuel card. I've started using my fuel card again now, because that's actually fallen below the price of Costco. And it's handy because you can use it on the motorway, can't you? And you still get it for the price that they give you. So filled up, so I know I don't have to stop on the way back, apart from maybe a call of nature or something like that. But I drank early this morning, I'd used the loo, and I think it's going to be, as my mate James says, nil by mouth on the way back to try and avoid stopping for a pee, because I want to try and get back if I can. It's another bright day again. The winter sun's really low, and this week has not been as good a week as last week or the week before. I have made money, and I've made okay money, and if I didn't have the hire van, I would have been more than satisfied with it. But realistically, with the cost of the hire van, this is going to go down as a disappointing week. Partly because my crew that are giving me all the work they're not all that busy. And the work that I've been getting on the CX, I've not really managed to get anything tasty like ADR work. I did get a good one on Wednesday evening, or late afternoon really, that went up to Newcastle. Because it was posted a few times and it was going to get me there fairly late, I bid high on it. I didn't expect to get it because I thought I want at least 150 a mile on that, and they gave it me. So that was 2 long lengths of steel piping, 3.5 metre long, going to Port of Tyne. But of course, it was a late drive back and it was an empty drive back. I didn't even look, to be honest with you. Just got home, didn't get home till 10. So yesterday, I did work for my crew, and it was just shuttle runs, basically from Warrington to Trafford Park and back. A few of those. And it was actually decent money for what I did, but by sort of like 1 o'clock I'd finished, and I'll be honest, I was knackered. I was absolutely knackered. It does catch up with you when you're doing the early mornings or late nights. And I thought that'll have to do me for the day, that. So I went home and got an early finish, then had a relaxing time at home, got an early night last night, and feel quite refreshed today. And there's just the one job that they've given me. It's a good job because obviously the rate of pay that I get off them is better than I can command on the Courier exchange. And basically I'm taking a pallet down to Enfield, which is the northern side of London, isn't it? Just off the M25 where the place is. So I'm hoping that I'll get a burn back. I won't be doing any work over the weekend. Got lots of things to do. Got to take a bed to my daughters in Lincoln. And I've got to do something tomorrow as well, and for the life of me, I can't remember. Plus, we're going out for a meal to celebrate my wife's birthday tomorrow night, the family. So I couldn't pick anything up over the weekend if I wanted. And next week will be a 4-day week because I'm off on the Friday, part of my wife's birthday present, and we're having a weekend in Liverpool, which, despite the fact it's only down the road from Manchester, it's quite a nice city for a weekend outing. And I've no doubt I'll be dragged around a few shops, going to see a show on the Friday night, and I'll probably have a mooch around the museum at the docks there, Albert Docks, and do a few Liverpool-y type things. But looking forward to it. And the week after will be another 4-day week because we've got a weekend in Harrogate. So getting a few little mini breaks in. And that is the reason why I'm thinking that the van, I might, on the Friday morning before we go away, hand it back in. But something else has happened as well. An errant forklift truck driver has clipped the van, putting a pallet on yesterday. his forks have come through the other side, and then it's lifted the rear bumper. He's not noticed. It's lifted the bumper. He's dropped him down again, but it's kind of damaged the plastic shroud around the rear bumper. And this is a higher van, of course. Now we put it back, and to be honest with you, you'd have to look hard to see it. But obviously, when that van's handed back in, they'll look round it, and minor damage they're not really bothered about. But if they pick it up and determine that it's worthy of a knock off my deposit, because you pay £1,500 when you hire the van as a deposit, then it's going to cost me. So the manager of the company where I was picking up from did come out, and I explained to him that it's a hire van, that if they pick up on it, then they'll come to me, for the money to fix it, repair it, do whatever they do. It's probably only a plastic shroud that goes round, but if it's a genuine part, it won't be cheap. It'll be a few £100 at least. I'll have to come down. He's accepted that. He said, no, that's fair enough. He's taken some photographs of it. He's recorded the incident. And I just said, we'll just have to wait and see when the van goes back, if they determine that it's, damaged. Now, the van did have some damage on it already when I picked it up. It's a hire van. They pick up scars, don't they, and wounds, which they note and you sign off on when you take it. And things like stone chips and things like that, they're not overly bothered about. I mean, it's damage they're concerned about. And you would have to look really hard at this bumper at the back to see that, it's got a little bit of misshapiness about it. Because everything was clipped back in. But, when plastic bends, you sometimes get those white marks on it. I'll just have to wait and see. It's a bit unfortunate, but I'm not bloody paying for it if it comes down to it. At the end of the day, it wasn't me that did it. And they were gracious, and they didn't, they accepted the fact that they'll pay for it. And they were quite grateful for the fact that I said, look, I will try and get it back and see if it's, picked on. If not, you'll, got away with it. But those are the things that happen. So, the CX has been busy the last couple of days. I've not got the feed on today, and I don't intend to, because I'm not doing the CX job, and I'm not looking for a backload. I'm just going straight back today. But from what I can see, and what I tried to, a couple of cheeky bits myself yesterday before I decided I was going home early. They're still looking for the lower prices, even though there's plenty of work out there. I think the shippers and companies in general have got used to these lower prices that people are bidding, and are reluctant to give the work out anything what you would like to get. So, but it is busy, definitely busier. But it's to be expected at this time of year. It's the lead up to Christmas. I would expect the next couple of weeks to be busy, really, and then to tail off towards Christmas. And then, of course, we all know it's going to go completely on its arse after that. And that's one of the reasons why I am glad I am with this company, because some of the work they do doesn't tend to be seasonal in any way, and because some of it's government related, these things have to function still. So work will come out, probably not quite as much, but if it can keep me ticking over through January, picking up the odd bit on the CX here and there, it might get me through without too much damage. But I genuinely fear for people at the moment, because the recession on. If you haven't got any other work of your own and you're just relying on the CX, I think it's going to get tougher and tougher. I think we're going to lose a few people. I think a few people will be giving it up and realising that it is expensive doing this. Your overheads are massive. Look at me, I'm forking out van hire charges so I can keep working. But even if I wasn't, you're still pumping so many miles on your van, you're getting it serviced more often, and things go wrong more often. You pay out a lot of money on fuel. Your overheads are massive. So then if you're only getting, on say a long wheelbase van, £1 a mile, it's not enough. It is not enough. And I'm not talking about being greedy here. I'm talking about by the time you've taken off your running costs and your time that you take to do these jobs, and then some of them are not straightforward, you could be working for less than minimum wage. And what's the point in that? You might as well drive some other bugger's van and work for them. At least you're going to get at least the minimum wage, aren't you, with no overheads? So if you are thinking of coming into this game, think long and hard. Be careful, because yes, there are times when you can earn good money, but there's also lots of times where you don't earn money, still have to pay your overheads. Or by the time you've done a job and you work out with what you got for it and what you paid out, it probably wasn't worth it. So bear that in mind, and hopefully, things will improve. But I don't see things improving quickly anytime soon, because it's a hard time out there. Businesses are struggling, aren't they? And with that, more and more people are chasing the same work, and that creates a market price that, realistically, you're almost working for expenses, not for wages, not for profit. But let's hope. Fingers crossed it improves. Anyway, I'm going to tie up the video this week. It's nothing exciting. Not got the van back. And I hope that other people have had a better week than I have. It's never all roses all the time, and you do get poor weeks and things like that, don't you? And whereas it's not been a poor week, it's just not been as good as it has been. But it's been hard, and there have been some long hours. Not so much this week, I know. But anyway, everybody, thank you for watching me. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. And please give us a thumbs up. Press that thumbs up button. It does help the channel get out there. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next video.